Tonsor, in your testimony, you recognize the importance of reliable, accessible, and timely market information. Iowa cattle producers that I've talked to believe that the lack of cash trade in other regions and limited information reported due to confidentiality guidelines impede their ability to make well-informed marketing decisions. How can we make cattle market work more efficiently so that the small Iowa producer can compete? Would more transparency and agreements help independent cattle producers get a fair price? That's my last question.
Thank you. So in my written testimony, I saved you from it today because I only had 5 minutes in oral. I outlined several candidate adjustments. My short response is, please look at that list. Some of them get at the heart of, we can't tell as an analyst at the moment how similar cattle quality are on formula versus, say, negotiated. And in many ways, that's because the formula bucket is a catch-all the way it's currently operated. So I think part of the honest answer to that is we need to pause and say, can we gather more information in a reasonable way that makes sense from an economist benefit cost perspective of doing so to understand the differences in the type of cattle, the relationships, and so forth. If those prices are very similar once we account for differences in the cattle and the relationships, that's one thing. If they're not, that's a different thing. And we don't know until we understand more what's in that broader bucket. Currently, the formula is a catch-all bucket the way it operates. So you'll find in my submitted testimony is an encouragement of looking at that. The second part, briefly, would be currently USDA reports ranges, min and max. I think there's an opportunity to report more on the price distribution. So the example I used in my written testimony was maybe the 15th and 85th percentile. Let's understand more about the distribution of prices, help both buyers and sellers. We're honing in on the seller perspective here at the moment. I get that. Gather more information on that whole distribution. Some things like that are fairly feasible, in my opinion, given how things already work, if we could ask AMS to work with us to do that.
Thank you.